Hello guys, welcome back to this tutorial. In the previous tutorial, we added the post method and the delete method for our web service. Right, so what we are going to do is we are going to go ahead and add the put method for our web service. And also we are going to see how to add the patch method. So in order to add that, first thing we have to specify this annotation HTTP put and then the method name with this keyword global and static. It is going to return the ID and then insert the case means either it's going to insert if the record does not exist, if the record exists, if it is going to be the update operation. So what we are going to do is we are going to pass the subject for the case, we are going to pass the status, and we are also going to pass the origin, and then we are also going to pass the priority, and then we are also going to pass the ID. The reason we are going to pass the ID because we want to make sure if the record exists or not. If there exists the ID which is already available, if you are passing the ID, that means that the record already exists. That means it's the update operation. If the ID is not there, that means it's an insert operation. So put method is for the update or an insert. Now, whatever the information we are passing in the request, we will use that information to create a case object. So whatever we are passing in this sub variable, we will store that in this subject. Whatever you are passing in this tab variable, it will be go into status, origin will be origin, priority will be priority. So whatever you are passing, it will be stored in those corresponding fields. So the ID that you are passing will be stored in this ID variable. The subject would be equals to whatever you are provided in the parameter, in the request parameter, and the status would be equals to whatever you are provided in this star. Then the origin would be equals to whatever you are provided in this parameter, the request parameter, and then the priority, whatever you have provided in this parameter, and then semicolon, and then whatever this is going to be case, this case is equals to new. So if you are providing the ID, means it is going to be a existing record. And in this case, what's going to happen is if if the ID exists, it is going to be the update operation. Otherwise, it's going to be the insert operation. So we are doing the upsert and then return the ID. So we are going to return the this case dot of ID. So this is what we have specified in our put method. This is the name of the method. Return type is ID and it takes all these parameters. Hit the save button. Now what we are going to do is we are going to go back to our workbench, log in with Salesforce. Yeah. And we are going to have this. Let's change this. Apex. Yeah. cases. We are going to have the put request. So let's do this one, then this one. Here we have SUP. Here we have this citing, STING citing. Then we have star. We have new. Then we have origin. We have phone. We have priority. Citing issue. So if we do not pass ID in the request body, means it's going to be the insert. So if you go back to the cases, so we will see that how many cases we have. So we have total of 8 records. So when we execute this and when we make the put request, so which method will be invoked? This particular method will be invoked because I am making the put request here and I am passing all these values, but I am not passing the ID. That means I am going to make it as a new record. So if I go ahead and hit the execute method, so there's a, let's hit then execute button. Stop, then hit the execute. Yeah, now it is working correct. It is going to return me the ID of the record that we just created. And if we go to the cases and if we refresh it, we have total of, let's see how many cases we have now. We have total of 9 records. It's just created 1032. So now what happened was it ended up creating a new record. And now if I go back here, we can see here the status is new and the priority is low. And then let's say I wanted to change the priority of this low to high for this same case. I do not want to create an additional one. I'm going to go ahead and update this existing one. So what I'm going to do is in this, I'm going to make the put request and I'm going to pass the ID of the record. So here I'm going to go ahead and pass the ID and this is going to be the ID. Let's ID. And what will be the ID? This is the ID. I want to update the priority to high. And This is all I want to do. So I want to update the priority to high. So now when I hit the execute button, it should not create a new record. What it should do is it should update the existing records. So if I go back, I should only have total of how many records? I should only have total of 9 records, and this 1032, the priority should be high, because what I did is this automatically picked it up a update it rather than insert, because what happened was I am passing the ID, means the record already exists. This is what the put is going to do. The put is going to do an upsert operation. If it is there, it is going to go ahead and update it. If it is not there, then in that case, it is going to insert it. So that's why you are using upsert query here. So this is all about the HTTP put method. Let's meet in next tutorial. Till then, have a good day. Bye.